Did you know that some of the first written ghost stories come from the 1st century CE and were written by prolific Roman author and statesman Pliny the Younger? We've been wary of the dead for a long time.
Welcome to the Lore of the South.
Welcome back to Lore of the South with me, Kelly Cruz. We'll be on the way back from Puerto Rico when this podcast hits your ears. Hopefully, not too sunburned, but totally relaxed. Can't wait to tell y'all some spooky stories from way down south in the Caribbean. In history-making news, we have an article from the Keysian, a group of archaeologists led by Kathleen Martinez, who you can see on an ancient Egyptian docuseries on Disney Plus, I believe, found the tombs of 16 mummies dating back to the Ptolemy/Roman period from around 2,000 years ago. What is so unique about these mummies is that their tongues were gold. The priests who prepared the bodies gilded the tongues of these mummies so that they would be able to speak to Osiris once they reached the underworld. Now for episode 43, the Buga Boo and all of his southern ghostly pals. Thanks to everyone who helped name all of these ghastly ghouls. Listen for a personal thank you at the end of the podcast. Let's get started. An apparition. It can be anyone or anything that appears in an extraordinary way. It can be anything from a ghost to a doppelganger, or even the appearance of a ghostly object like a ghost ship. Now these I'm going to dump together because they are basically just different spellings of the same creature. A booger, boogie monster, and the Buga Boo. In more modern times, this creature was created by parents to scare children into behaving, whether it's to get your kid in bed on time with the hopes of scaring them into staying there. Y'all, this isn't recommended. Don't scare your kids into going to bed. We saved that for Santa. Santa will keep them in bed. Or even trying to keep them safe in older times by keeping them from wandering too far astray from the home, or maybe venturing out into the dark, where predators might be waiting for a tender little morsel. In ancient times, the boogie monster could be the devil himself, or something called the bugbear, and he preyed on and ate children. It had the appearance of a scarecrow or that of a goblin, and looked more animal-like at times than human, though its form was known to be able to change, just like the Bogart in Harry Potter. Next is the Boo Hag. Now this thing is pure scary. Just reading about it gave me the heebie-jeebies. The Boo Hag comes from the Gullah Geechee culture, many of who still live on the sea islands that run along the southeastern coast of the U.S. The Boo Hag has no skin and is bloody red. She enters your house at night through the tiniest of cracks. She then will find a human asleep in their beds, sit on their chests, and suck all of their breath from their lungs. That's how she feeds, by stealing your breath away. She'll then slip into your skin and wear you like an Edgar suit, while she flies about the night, getting up to no good. She will return your body before dawn and slip back out between the cracks. When you awaken, you will feel as though you hadn't slept a bit and will be exhausted. And is it any wonder why? You've had your breath stolen and your body was out all night gallivanting about. Now to prevent the Boo Hag from snatching you, you can sleep with the broom on the floor by your bed, and she'll be forced to count the bristles all night long and leave you in peace. Haints also come from the Gullah culture and have some of the same traits of the Boo Hag, though a Haint is more than likely the spirit of an evil person who has died, but not passed on. Like the Boo Hag, they can enter the house through tiny cracks in the door or through a keyhole, like an evil Santa. The Haint wants to cause mischief if it gets into your house, so prevention is key. Today we think of a bottle tree as a pretty yard ornament, but for the Gullah Geechee, it was a way to trap a haint. Also, haints are afraid of water and cannot cross it. And that's why in the South you'll see so many porch ceilings painted blue. It ain't just for the carpenter bees. Floaties and orbs. Now, orbs I'd heard of, but floaties? That was a new one. Some think that orbs are when a spirit is trying to manifest and is caught on camera. Others think they're nothing but dust or humidity that the flash is reflecting on. Now, floaties seem to be your run-of-the-mill ghost, simply called a floaty because that's what they do, float. It's kind of a cute name for something that some people find so scary. Up next, we got Night Hag and the Old Hag, aka sleep paralysis demon. These creatures are often either seen squatting on one's chest or at the foot of the bed, and they are there to steal your health. Plat Eye is another spirit of Gullah origin. This one was done wrong in life and aims to enact vengeance in his death. The Plat Eye has glowing eyes and can shapeshift, even become invisible, but it can never hide its eyes. The Plat Eye is especially vengeful against anyone who might not have given him a proper burial, and will haunt that person until he can suck out his soul. The only way to stop the Plat Eye is to find his grave and give his remains the proper burial that they deserve. A ghost, specter, spook, or spirit. All of these are essentially the spirits of the dead, though a specter is a spirit that has come back to foretell something, whereas a ghost is a spirit that is stuck in the past or has something to tell the living about its past. Whether it was a wrongdoing or a crime, y'all think back to the story of the Greenbrier ghost. She was there to tell her mama about her own murder. And spook is a slang for all of the above. Poltergeist, the German noisy spirit. This guy is a troublemaker and likes to toss things about and make a nuisance of itself. It might not have ever even been alive. It might be, in fact, psychokinetic energy created by the people living where the poltergeist is said to haunt. Lastly, we have the Wraith. This one is a rather scary fellow as well. A Wraith is a spirit of someone who is not quite dead or has recently departed and appears as a wisp or very faded version of the person they were. In modern times, they have morphed more into a Dementor type creature, like from Harry Potter. Haha, y'all got 2 Harry Potter references in one episode. He's very skeletal in appearance and draped in dark or black rags. So we need to say thank you to Sarah, Doc Essing, my Uncle Bob, David, Raj, Becca, Ninny, my Uncle Horace, all for helping compile this list of creepy creatures. Side notes, y'all, I had thought I was pretty well versed in all things spooky, but this is something that I love doing about this podcast. There is always more to learn. The Plat Eye, a Boo Hag, I didn't know a thing about them. Even the Wraith was a surprise origin for me. Y'all don't forget about the t-shirt contest. Find our new YouTube channel and subscribe, and I'll enter y'all into the drawing. You have until May 30th to do so. Look for us on social media. Y'all know I always post pictures to go along with each episode. If you'd like to get in contact, you can email the show at loreofthesouth@gmail.com. And with that, we'll talk to y'all later on Lore of the South.